In 2011, Sir Christopher Lee was at Trinity College in Dublin, Ireland, where he was asked about his interest in the occult. He starts off by joking about his exaggerated collection of occult books, but eventually starts talking about his interest and research into the topic, as well as the people he's met who have claimed to have been a part of it. What's interesting about this interview is that he gives a pretty stern warning to anybody who wants to get involved with the occult.
I have met people who claimed to be Satanists, who claimed to be involved with black magic, who claimed that they not only knew a lot about it, but as I said, I've certainly haven't been involved, and I warn all of you, never, never, never. You will not only lose your mind, you lose your soul.
It's interesting because Lee was obviously a very experienced and intelligent man in a lot of regards, with a wealth of knowledge and experience, and this warning is obviously coming from a very real place, and it wouldn't be surprising if he knew people that went too far and truly lost their souls. Bob Dylan has always alluded in a very vague way to selling his soul. He improved very quickly and was also very inspired by Robert Johnson, the blues legend who also allegedly sold his soul. He's probably saying a lot of this in jest, and it's important to take his strange ramblings with a pinch of salt, but in one particular interview, he got very close to actually admitting it. He talks about a deal with the chief and states that he will only stop when he holds up his end of the bargain. Again, it's vague and it's hard to know how serious he's being, but it is a creepy portion of this interview, and it's arguably the closest Dylan ever got to admitting that he did sell his soul to the devil.
You're still out here doing these songs, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
After the trial of the century, O.J. Simpson, who was acquitted of all charges, released an insane book entitled If I Did It, which was a number of hypothetical scenarios where he did actually kill Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. In the book, he tells the reader how he would have killed them, and it's absolutely baffling that this book was ever made. But what's more baffling is that Simpson conducted an interview to promote this book where he goes through these scenarios. He prefaces it by saying that this is hypothetical, but quickly stops that and basically just tells the story of how he killed the pair. It is bizarre, and many people who believe that OJ was guilty cite this interview as an actual confession that was merely masked as a promotional interview.
In the book, the hypothetical is
Charlie pulls that up.
Charlie. This guy Charlie shows up, the guy who I had recently become friends with, and I don't know why he had been by Nicole's house, but it told me you wouldn't believe what's going on over there. And I remember thinking, well, whatever's going on over there has got to stop, right?
You reached under the seat for?
A knife. I always kept a knife in the car for the crazies and stuff, because you can't travel with a gun. And I remember Charlie saying, you ain't bringing that. And I didn't, right? But I believe he took it. And while I was there, a guy shows up.
So Ron Goldman comes in the back gate.
Yeah.
You get into a fight. Nicole comes out.
A verbal
fight.
Got a little loud, and by that time, Nicole had come out. And we started having words about who is this guy, why is he here, what's going on.
And she says, this is my house, get the F out of here.
Yes, and I just remember Nicole fell and hurt herself. And this guy kind of got into a karate thing. And I said, well, you think you can kick my ass? And I remember I grabbed a knife. I do remember that portion, taking a knife from Charlie. And to be honest, after that, I don't remember, except I'm standing there and there's all kind of stuff around and
What kind of stuff?
blood and stuff around. I hate to say this, but this is hypothetical. I'm sorry.
Right.
I know we got to back up again.
Right. That's okay. I want to back up.
This is hard.
This is hard. I know. I want to back up
to try to make people think that I'm.
I know. You wrote in the book, I had never seen so much blood in my life.
Yes.
You're covered, the scene. Can you describe it?
It's hard for me to describe it, I'm telling you. I don't think any two people could be murdered the way they were without everybody being covered in blood. And of course, I think we've all seen the grisly pictures after. So yeah, I think everything was covered, would have been covered in blood.
Darby Crash was the frontman for the 1970s punk rock band The Germs. He took his own life at 22 years of age, but the 1981 documentary known as The Decline of Western Civilization shows some rare clips of Darby and his time in The Germs. One strange scene is an interview with Darby and his friend Michelle Bear. They talk about a painter who was working at Michelle's house. They found him dead in their backyard, and instead of being shocked by this information, they began to take pictures with the man's body. The interview shows the youthful and nihilistic mind state that the band had and how they jokingly confronted death. Darby passed away shortly after this interview was recorded.
Tell me about the painter. Oh, the dead painter. My parents were in China, and we were just finishing having the house painted. And Darby and Donnie and Dinky and Mark Plummer and my brother were all at my house. And my brother and I went to take the trash out at like 1 in the morning or something. And we hadn't been out in the backyard. It was on a Tuesday. We hadn't been out in the backyard since my parents left, since like the Friday before. And so anyways, I went outside, and I must have walked right over the guy because I couldn't see anything anyways. And then my brother goes to me, isn't there somebody sleeping in the backyard? And I just went, what? What are you talking about? And I went over and looked at him, and I was just joking. I went, this guy's dead. And I gave him a kick in the stomach, and he was dead. He was dead.
My brother thought we killed him. He goes, what should we do? Like, should we hide the body or something?
So anyways, we went and Donnie had a camera, and we went and we lied down. I lied down next to him. We all got around him. We took a bunch of pictures, like family pictures, and we're all going, hi, and taking pictures and stuff. It was really funny, actually. And the paramedics came, and they were joking with us, and the coroner came.
Oh, you remember those jokes?
Didn't you feel bad that the guy was dead? No, not at all, because I hate painters.